Okay, so we're inside the guard, and one of the concepts behind this is that a lot of time we're trying to open the guard is I have the control to stop him from choking me, because if Ian puts his hand up inside my collar and he goes to put his other hand in, I've got the ability to keep it at bay. Does that kind of make sense? So on the hands, it stops him from setting up, but also stops the choke. Number two is if Ian does happen to get my hand across, this will help stop the armbar because I've been compressing hips. The downfall about it is that the way I'm going to pass the guard is very predictable to my partner, so he can set his grips up to counter it. So if I have this hand forward and this hand backwards, Ian's still going to use his right hand to grab my sleeve. So as I come back and I try and move the leg backwards, he's got this control of the sleeve. So this becomes a bit of an issue when I go to pass the guard. And then if I come back to go the opposite way, he's got the ability to sweep me because he's already set up for the scissor sweep. So what we're going to do, we're just going to start with this so we understand how the system works. So we're going to set off inside the guard. I'm going to get my grips from here like the initial guard pass. Understanding that my right hand will stop the choke. So Ian's right hand will grab my sleeve. I'll do the standard guard pass where I go left leg goes out wide, right knee comes in, and as I try to pull my right leg backwards to open up the leg, he's got control. Does everyone understand that? So Ian's going to turn over to his left hand side, drop his knee across my body. Slowly pull, come up to the top position. And again. So inside the full guard, working from the full guard position. He's already understood the way I'm passing the guard so I can start to counter. Does everyone understand that? Like, it's pretty easy. So I go, first of all, left leg backwards, right knee in, and as I'm trying to pull back, so as I'm pulling backwards, my shoulder's rotating back. So he times it, so as I pull my shoulder backwards, that knee comes across the front. But he's got to hold on to the arm. So this one, when we hit the ground, as I try to come up, he's got the ability to push my hand down to stop me from coming up as well. You can use your other hand, left hand inside the collar on the initial part as well if you want to. Just remember, jump onto your back. The reason why I don't do that a lot of the time is because once we're inside here, right, his right hand's on my sleeve. If he tries to put his left hand in my collar, I've got this ability to keep him at bay. So this one sometimes doesn't come into play because I've kept it at bay. So knee comes in here, so I'm still going to keep him away from me, but once his knee comes in and turns, it's still basically, because my hand's committed to this, it's still going to be able to get the sweep and come to the top position. This is just a warm-up, guys. Okay, partner up, 1, 2, 3, let's go. One thing I like about the box guard pass is that it gives me the option to modify my passing to I guess variable guard passes. Secondly, it's harder for my opponent to understand which way I'm going to go because I don't kind of give away too much as far as my initial motion goes. And by the time I switch to open the legs, if they haven't got their grips, I can beat them to the system. So inside the box, so the way what normally works is that I start to play onto the bicep from here, and this means that he can't get the collar control. I only go through a little bit of detail. If my elbows are up high, he can swim his hand under, etc, etc. Yeah, right. So what I try and do is this. Now think about this, I bring my feet and my knees together and I sit down so my elbows are nice low. So if he tries to grab the collar, or like I've got this ability, so he'll work out pretty soon. He goes, yeah, and as soon as he brings his hands backwards, I pop, I come on the inside, and I sit here. Now I'm not trying to open the legs up by driving my elbows in, I'm just getting a frame, so I'm working inside the box. My right leg or my left leg slides backwards, and I just do cat stretch. That's really hard for my partner to keep the guard open. The thing about it is that I'm so low that the only threat that I feel I have is off the collar choke. It's hard for him to armbar, it's hard for him to do any attack off that. Like, it's really hard for him to get arms. The thing about the collar choke is that, because I'm creating the distance, when he does the choke, the arms are an extension. So unless he's really good at choking, he's not going to get it either. So I do this here, so my elbows come down right on my line. So he's eventually going to work out how to swing his hand backwards. 1, 2, I'll pop up high, I put my elbows on the inside. And my partner can break me down now, like I can go for the collar choke. So as soon as he does the collar choke, I slide backwards, and this is what I'm saying to you, like, it's going to put me in a position that I'm better. Now my elbows on the inside, so if he does go to the scissor sweep, I've got this ability to keep my partner at bay. The lower I am, the better. The more I come up, the higher centre of gravity, the more he's going to sweep me. I also keep my hands onto the belt so I can push him away so I can start to initiate the guard pass. I don't put my hand on the ground. This is triangle territory, armbar territory. And again. So from here, I start with this. Elbows down, 1, 2, pop up high, elbows come on the inside, knees on the inside. Slide either my left or my right knee backwards. As I do this, I go catch stretch from here. Once I'm in the catch stretch position, I go past it, so I'm actually pushing outside the guard. So I'm trying to get as much distance between our hips as possible. Here. So the concept, this is called like box passing or inside the box passing. The main reason is a lot of time that we're here, we're kind of working on the inside and the outside. With the box passing, everything's nice and tight. Yes?
I know it works, but why is it that when we always teach never bring your knees together inside the guard level, so we're not susceptible to being snatched?
Yeah, so if I'm up high, and I bring my knees together. If Ian simply turns his knees, yeah, I'm off balance. Does that kind of make sense? The reason being is my centre of gravity in my hips are higher than his hips and my balance point's higher. He turns his knees left to right. My balance point's lower. Secondly, he says, and this is the part that makes it really good. Once I go to here, these are my, yeah, so if he tries to tip me left to right, yeah, so now, as his hands come up, and I swing from here, it's this. So as he turns left to right, I'm now got the aim line to flip this into the way to my leg. So as I slide backwards, yeah. Okay guys, go partner, 1, 2, 3, let's go. When I got first taught this, it was an interesting kind of concept, and it was really against the grain of what everyone was doing at the time. And it wasn't that we got the sweep, but we broke the rhythm and enabled me to get my grip and go back to my game instead of trying to defend her guard. And that's really important that, like, you know, I put it back into my time zone so that she's fighting under my rule set and my terms and conditions. I'm not trying to defend the guard. So she goes hands into the biceps, elbows, so hands go backwards, hands go. So the first thing I do is I get this. And what I try to do is I'm trying to go thumb to here. I'm going to do 2 motions. I'm going to decide as she's moving what way I want to go. And it's kind of irrelevant what she wants to do. So let me have a look. If my right foot is on top, I take her left hand. I'm simply going to cross the hands over a little bit. So I don't have to move because she's got on my belt. But I'm here. Second thing I do is I put my right knee forward, my left leg backwards. So it's such a micro detail, but especially if she's kind of moving backwards at the same time as I tip, I'm going to have a high percentage. So what I see, the reason why I teach guys to swap it, if you done it this way, right, is I try to pull the arm, by default my elbows come out and I block my own motion. Where if I come in, my elbows in. So what I'm doing is I'm putting that down nice and low, but I still have to squeeze, I bring this over. So it's really hard for them to actually stop the sweep. So what will happen, because I've got a hand, she can't retract her right hand to post. And it'll put me into the nice easy top position. Right. So again, the biggest thing the biggest issue I see that people do when they do this is their feet across the wrong way. So when they've got to sweep, because my right leg's on top, if I try and take it, I've actually have to undo my feet, and that opens up my guard chest, and that, yes. So what I'm doing is, she's got bicep to belt, she's inside the box, I'm like, man. So first thing is that, and it's just such a little detail. Secondly, I'm dropping straight, so everybody just comes up high. So see how I'm trying to bring it up high? So it's not a scissor sweep, it's more like an arm bar motion. Kick, hold the arm, so as she tries to retract the arm, pin this one, cover the top. So I'm in a perfect position to start arm bars or kimuras or punch in the face, whatever I want to do from here. How'd that feel? It's a really unusual kind of sweep. It's kind of like the whole, you know, like because once you start to fall, it's really hard to stop. Okay, here. It's not like that. Good boy. Okay, so once again, hands going, hands into my bicep. I retract, he goes hands into my belt. So my right foot is over my left foot, so it means I'm sweeping to my left. I get the grips, and such a small detail is this, I punch, and I'm just going to, so what I'm doing is trying to get my hands together. Right, you know, they don't have to undo the belt, they have to do anything else, but it's more about my elbow coming on the inside. Now, I can't do a scissor sweep because it's got the control. If I open up my legs, it's going to pass guard. So I go here, right, inside. So my right leg is going to kick towards his shoulder on this side. So my right leg kicks towards his shoulder on that side. I keep hold of the hand from here, so if he tries to post on his right hand, I've got it. I'll punch the hand down low. My method will be, as I punch, I'll put all my weight onto my right hand, I retract my left leg, boom, switch, and I'm pretty much in arm territory off the sweep. Okay. Thanks, man. Okay, change partners, 1, 2, 3, go. So now it's inside my full guard, and doing the box guard pass on the inside, and I get the grips, and she goes, I'm not moving. No, I'm like kind of going, cool, and she goes, no, I want to hump her down, I'm not moving. The biggest mistake you can make is to open up your legs and give her exactly what she wants, because she's now going to use the elbow, yeah, exactly right, elbows to penetrate the legs, etc. So what I found instead was this, is I'm going to kick I'm going to kind of bring my legs forward, I'm going to kick my legs back as hard as I can, I'll pull my hands forward and down. So, I bring forward, I kick back, I bring these down, and I take the sweep instead. And that's kind of the action that you're going to get. So, oh shit, no, it's going on. Like so, normally people face plant. Mel did because she's a high level brown belt. But we're going to see what happens when I do it to Ian. Okay, so again, I go. Stay there, Ian, stay there. Okay. So, the concept on this one is that we're kind of playing the weighting game. But I've got to get the hands behind her, but I have to have the weight coming forward. So I kind of go kick backwards. So everyone kind of goes, oh, you know, like I don't want to be here. So as I drive forward, I go, bop, and the hands come behind. Now, if my partner's savvy, so I go, bop, she goes, no, I'm having trouble. Now, because I've already created the momentum myself, I can do the sweep. So either way, like if I get the momentum going and I try and do the under-over sweep, goes, no, I'm going to resist it. I've still got enough momentum to go back to the first kind of motion. Okay, Ian, come here. Yeah, that's why I should put enough going forward planning. See? So, same deal, we're down here, hands inside my belt. And like I'm having a lot of trouble, like I'm trying to move him, he goes like, no way, no way. So first thing I extend, I push backwards with my hips, and I raise my hips. This gives me the space to play the hands. Does that kind of make sense? So I'm gonna go kick, pull from here. Now, my hands are this way, not this way, and I'm gonna slowly pull my knees forward to my chest. I'm gonna roll to my left to Ian's right. I slowly pull my knees to my chest and I roll. I let go of his hand so I do the face plant. So the option 2 would be the same thing, his hands on my belt. I go drive, and he goes, no way, hose B. Push my left hand forward, kick, and this will put us into the first sweep that we did. So you can combo these two together quite nicely. Okay, thank you, Ian. So this is a nice, beautiful. Little bit of face plant, got that on video, fantastic.